Whining can drive even the most patient of us crazy. But when young kids whine, it's actually a symptom of a deeper issue. It can signal that your child needs help, either in processing emotions that are weighing on her or in meeting other needs. So if you want to eliminate whining, you have to address what's underneath. I'm Marisa from Call to Mothering, and I encourage moms who are raising toddlers to teens. In today's video, I'm sharing 6 strategies you can use to keep your kids from whining. Number 1, understand why they whine in the first place. Whining is a way to express feelings, whether that's sadness, anger, frustration, or powerlessness. Kids at any age belt out emotions in various octaves or in a whiny chant. But the good news is that whining usually peaks around 2 to 4 years old. Not that we're ever off the hook completely. As soon as we get through the toddler years, other challenges such as homework and screen time may elicit a series of whining incidents. Still, it's good to know the window. Whining can also mean our children, especially toddlers, are asserting their independence. While becoming independent is positive and natural, it may lead to constant demands of I want. When kids are told no or given boundaries, whining or even a full-blown tantrum can erupt. Number 2, let your child know you're listening. Recognize that your child is communicating her feelings, although it's in a less than pleasant way, and let her know you're listening. She's letting you know that she needs help in some way. If you can figure out what that is, meeting her needs preemptively will help break the whining habit. Think about it. She babbles when she's happy, right? Well, when she's tired or frustrated, complaining about it feels better to her. So first, recognize her feelings and give her a helpful phrase to use instead of whining. Something like, oh, you sound frustrated, worn out, bothered, or sad right now. Sometimes just identifying her feelings is enough to stop the whining in its tracks. Then teach her that she can do something to make her feel better besides whining. So you can say something like, what could you do to feel better? Do you want to stop on this bench for a little rest? Do you want a drink of water? Number 3 is to give them as much power as you can. Since whining is a function of powerlessness, give your child as much power as you can in these situations. Ask him what he'd like to do today, rather than just dragging him to an event. You may love the idea of an outing, but that doesn't mean he finds it appealing. Maybe he just wants some downtime to play with his trains. Kids who are in daycare or preschool all week often need to be home on weekends to regroup. Some children may also need a lot of downtime just because they get overstimulated by new situations. Many little ones find crowds overwhelming. On the other hand, if all your child ever wants to do is play with his trains and you want to go out somewhere fun occasionally, you are more than entitled. The key is to balance everyone's needs so that your child gets his need for downtime met before you head out the door. Give him some warning and choice about the family plans. For instance, explain that the family is going to a festival to have fun together and tell him about the benefits, like there will be great music and we'll snuggle together on a blanket to listen to it, and you can bring your toys to play with on the blanket, and I'll bring some tasty snacks. Find a way to give him some choices about it, such as does he want to leave now or in an hour? What songs does he want to listen to in the car? Which toys does he want to play with when he is there? Number 4, show plenty of positive attention. All humans are hardwired with 2 basic emotional needs, belonging and significance. One of the crucial ways that parents can meet a child's need for belonging is to give that child a sufficient amount of attention. Kids don't whine to intentionally irritate us, though I know it feels that way. They whine because they haven't learned a positive, productive way to get our attention. or to have their needs met. Let's face it, parents are the busiest creatures on the planet, and there are about 1 billion things competing for our time and attention. But when kids aren't getting as much positive attention as they need from us, they will experiment with different ways to get our attention, whether that's whining, helplessness, or tantrums. And of course, when kids whine, we typically respond with a correction or a reprimand. Not exactly the positive attention they were looking for, but it does work to get our attention. So make sure that your child gets enough of your positive attention unprovoked. Preempt whining by giving attention before she gets demanding. The secret is to take the initiative and give your child the attention that she hasn't even asked for. And do this often so she feels your support and connection. You should shoot for several minutes of quality time each day with each child. You can play their favorite card games, shoot hoops in the driveway, or whatever they love to do. And during that special one-on-one time, ignore the email notification, all those notifications from social media, and don't respond to the texts that you get. Consider holding off on dinner prep too. When you fill your child's attention basket positively and proactively, they will become more cooperative and less likely to resort to whining to gain your attention. Number 5, help your child learn to use their words. What you ultimately want to teach your kids is that it's okay to feel frustrated or get overwhelmed, but we should use our words instead of yelling or whining. You can say something to your child like, "I want to help you, but it's hard for me to understand what you're saying, what you're trying to tell me when you use that voice. Let's have a redo." Say, "Snack, please." And then you're going to pause and let them say the words back. When they do say those words, make sure that you praise them for it. Say something like, "Thank you so much for using your words so that I can help you. I understand that you want a snack." Now, sometimes we can't always meet their needs in the moment, but we want to always recognize when they verbalize something. This can look like, "Thanks for letting me know that. Just give me 1 second first. Let me finish the dishes and then I'll be right with you." Now, if you tried all these strategies and your child still continues whining, that's a signal that they may actually need something else, and that is to cry. So give them an outlet to simply cry. Some kids whine because they've built up all this stress and uncomfortable feelings that they don't know how to let out. They may have a lot of pent-up emotions about things that are stressing them, like the new babysitter you left them with on Friday night, or that kid who grabbed the toy away in the sandbox, or a new baby in the house. There's no end to stressful developmental challenges. You can find out if your child just needs to cry by holding him and saying, "Honey, you seem pretty crabby right now. I wonder if you just need to cry." It's okay. Sometimes everyone just needs to cry. And then give him as much time as he needs to get out his emotions. Every year, your child will gain more self-control and be more able to manage the expression of its moods and feelings. But in the meantime, young kids' frontal cortexes are still developing and they can't always hold it together. That's why they have you to hold them and give them hope when the world seems bleak. Enjoy meeting their needs now while you can, so that they'll know you are still the go-to person when they feel overwhelmed by the world at age 16. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you are not just a mom.